Hey guys, I'm back with you with another video, and on this one, I'm gonna talk to you about why you don't want to come to Ghana and build a custom home. More when I return on the Eric McNeal Be Free Show.
Black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Hey guys, welcome. You've discovered the Eric McNeal Be Free Show. It's all about being financially independent, responsible for self, enjoying life, and empowering others. Free! So today, we back with you, I told you we're going to do a series of videos today. So this next video, featuring me and Brother Brandon. And as I said in the intro, we're going to talk to you about why you don't want to come to Ghana and build a custom home. And because everybody, that's what everybody want to do. Yeah. They talk about, I'm going to go to Ghana, I'm going to purchase me some land, I'm going to build me a home. Yeah. And that's, kind of seems to be the thing that everybody want to do. And we're about to dispel some of those myths about why you don't want to do that. Because, and I'm going to tell you guys, if you saw a previous video about who Brandon is, Brandon has been building a lot of projects here. He knows custom home building, and we get contacted, emails, calls, whatever, all day, every day, people asking, can you guys come build me a home on my land? And I tell them, no, we don't do that. He's like, oh, but I thought, no, that was yesterday. This is today. We just no longer do it because, one, it's not worth the time for us. I think, we have like one more project that's outstanding on somebody's land. But after that, we just decided to come and do our own project because what I think Brandon discovered, and I had already knew, is that you can't make no money custom building, especially here. Because you don't ever know what you're getting into. There's no Home Depot, there's no Lowe's, so your quotes are always off. The land is virgin. You don't know what kind of land. Just when Brandon was building my house, as an example, on the day that we were supposed to deliver the roofing sheets up to the house, that weekend, it rained and it washed the road away. So where the road was, it was just gutters. You couldn't drive through it anymore. So when the truck came to deliver the roofing sheets, the truck couldn't get up. So Brandon had to tell them to offload the roofing sheets on the ground, and then he had to go to the nearby village. He had to hire some villagers, and they had to hand carry all those roofing sheets up to the house. And if I wasn't well funded for my house, that was something that could have seriously jeopardized the project. That was an unknown expense. Now, you think about if you're if you are a homeowner or you somebody trying to get a home built, and you're faced with this, you're gonna be angry. Angry at who? Brandon could not have known that the rain was going to wash the roads away. So do you expect him to eat the cost of that? But this is how most people who've never built, they think. They're like, oh, I ain't got no more money. You going to pay for that. He can't pay for that. He didn't. And this is the unknowns that make building here so difficult. You never know what you're going to get into when you're coming into this raw virgin land. You don't know what's under that rock. You don't know. Like where we was building at, I was on a mountain, so it was even difficult. Trying to get down and into the ground because you have a lot of rock. So all these things add up to the cost, and if you don't understand that, you're gonna be frustrated. You're gonna be broke. So so it's just best. If you don't have to do it, don't do it. I was like, Brandon, let's get some land and let's just build homes. And let's build
Eric, I always say that building a custom home is like a roller coaster ride here. Mm-hmm. And even with the best builder, who's maybe 1 in 10, that's the odds of you getting success on that. It's 1 in 10, and even me, I'm 1 in 10. I don't exclude myself from these odds.
Right.
The reality is, it's a roller coaster ride, and the difference is this: with that best builder, it's like going to the theme park. You've seen the ride, you've seen the map of the ride and a little model of the ride, so you have an idea of what you're getting yourself involved in. But you're still going to go upside down.
Right.
Your stomach's still going to drop.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're going to go to heights and you're going to scream. You're going to do all of that.
Right.
It's just that you're aware that you're going to do that. Whereas the other 9 out of 10 builders, you don't know that you're jumping on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
You're thinking that this is normal, that they've done this over and over before, and that all you have to do is find the money.
Yeah.
And you're going to get your home.
And the reality is, no builder is going to make is going to be able to charge enough to make a profit out of that job, right? Virtually, unless you're building for celebrity, where money is not an issue, you're building for a big man who has millions, and just say, do whatever it takes. The average person who building a home, they're not going to be able to pay the cost of what it's worth for that builder to come in and do a good job. So the builder's going to have to end up cutting corners somewhere to try to make their money. So it's just usually not worth it.
And then even on top of that, you're not typically dealing with a builder. You're typically dealing with a mason, you know, he's a mason. He knows carpenters and he knows electricians, you know, so he may call himself a builder, but he himself is just a mason,
right?
You know, and so they try to piece together the home, and that's why what they do is when they give you these estimates, they're giving you a piece of the estimate. One, because they don't have, in most cases, and we're speaking in generalizations, they don't have the knowledge and the skill level to give you an entire estimate, because one, they're not supposed to do that. A quantity surveyor is the one who's going to give you a proper calculation. A quantity survey is a very careful calculation that considers all the building materials, all the labor involved, transportation costs, adds in contingencies, and that gives you your best calculation. Now, typically that quantity surveyor is working hand in hand with your mason builder. And so the quantity surveyor asked the builder, well, how much do you want me to add for you? You know what I mean? So they cook the books to give you this estimate that you have to pay for. It's not for free. That quantity surveyor comes at a cost. So if you didn't pay that cost, you didn't get a real one, and you just got maybe how many blocks you need, how many bags of cement and sand you need to get started. And that's typically what they do. They give you estimates based on levels. This is how much to get your foundation going. This is how much to get your walls up. This is how much to do your roof. And so each individual estimate looks so small that you think you can stomach it.
Right.
You know, you don't have the big picture in mind. You know, and then on top of that, Eric, when you talk about standards, your standard of living and the standard of living of your builder, who most likely, we're talking about rural development, he's an inhabitant of the area. So the home he's living in is not the same standard as your maybe foreign home.
Exactly.
And so what you know to be normal is foreign to him. So now you're apples and oranges.
Yeah.
So
he's doing what he believes is a great job.
Exactly.
Compared to what he's living in, that's the most, wonderful building he's ever seen before.
Exactly.
And you complaining, simply because your step sizes are a little different in sizes. Why are you complaining? Because your walls are a little crooked.
And that's what happens. And what I always say, the reason why you do not want to experience this on moving back, because you didn't come here to be a builder. You didn't come here to go, this experience will shatter your hopes and dreams. It will burn you out. And that's why I say that it's not that we're not building custom homes now. We're solving problems. And our project is solving a bigger problem. We want you to move into our community and fulfill your purpose and your dream. And 9 times out of 10, you're not moving here to build a home. And if you ask anybody in Ghana who's done it before, they all tell you I had to fire my builder and do it myself.
Right. Yep.
I had to fire my builder and do it myself.
Yep.
And then you spend 2 to 3 years. You can do it, but you're gonna be frustrated. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be burnt out. You're gonna pay 2 to 3 times the costs.
Exactly.
You know, people don't talk about the life cycle cost of a house. So that cheap upfront cost is because you're investing in cheaper materials that don't last as long. You know, that builder, mason, individual, contractor who's coming to do your home, their biggest fear is that you're going to be afraid of the sticker cost.
Yep. I know a lady right now who tried to manage building her own house, and I could remember I had a conversation with her before she even put up the first brick.
Yeah.
And come to find out, she went through the process, and I saw one video where she was complaining that the whole side of her house just caved in.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what happens. It happens for a number of reasons. Now, again, that mason building for you, he's not an engineer. Do you have structural engineer drawings? Did anybody do a soil analysis? These are all steps that are being skipped, and that's why your house seems like it's going to cost so cheap.
Yeah.
You know, the thing I used to get, and I to be honest, I was never ever able to respond to these messages, Eric. People ask me, you know, can I build a 3-bedroom for $5,000? You know what I mean? All the time. I heard I could build a house for $10,000, and I'm like,
yeah, you can. I saw the video with I guess her name Leslie. She was on there more. You guys watch it more, but she was staying in a coconut hut, you know, and no flooring, just earth, you know, just dirt for the floor, and you know, so she was doing it.
And that's what I would say. That I would say one or two things. Really, it's about 3 things I would say. One, I would literally say, yeah, you can build a mud hut. And you know, a mud hut is not a house. You can live in it, but when we're talking about this standard of a house, that we're bringing a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, probably even a garage and a this, you can't build that.
Yeah.
Then the other thing is, think about the story of the 3 little piggies. This pig built a house out of straw. This pig built a house out of, and all the different things that they went through. That's the same thing.
There you go.
Termites are going to come and eat that thing up. So long as you living in there, you're fine. But if you move or you travel or you do anything and you come back, that house will be dilapidated.
Exactly.
And the final thing is, I mean, $5,000-$10,000 barely buy you a car.
Exactly.
So how, in your frame of reference, are you thinking you can get a house for less than a new car?
Yeah.
So it's about setting proper, realistic expectations and goals. You know, and that's why what we're doing here is solving problems.
Right.
Even problems that you don't even know about.
Yeah.
You know, in the beginning, again, my organization was just that. It was a non-profit organization. I wasn't trying to make money. I was trying to do good work and solve problems. Yeah. You know, and that's really what this is all about. Can we solve our problems in a communal sense so that we can all live? And your focus may be to write your book. If you got to build your house, unless you're trying to write a how-to on building houses, how are you going to write your life story? And you're going to be so frustrated and burnt out.
And it's like I say, you know, most of these people come here, you ask them, have they ever built a house in their, you know, in the U.S. and the U.K.? They've never built a house. So, but then you want to come to Africa, to a foreign land, Ghana, wherever, and you're going to build a house. It doesn't make sense to me. Just like, you know, why would you come here and just throw your money down the drain like that when we have a solution? But it's just always somebody's telling them on these chat groups or on these social media, oh, you should be able to build for so cheap. You should be able to build for $10,000, $5,000. You know, it's like, man, come on. Yeah. Come on. We know most people don't want to stay in a house made of straw. House made of leaves. It's just not practical for most of us.
So my honest advice for you, I'm not trying to shatter your dreams of developing the land that maybe you've already bought. But if you're new to this, if you're new to Ghana, you really want to get your bearings first. And that's why I would invite you to come and stay at our community. come and purchase something here, get your bearings, be around a network of individuals that can help bring your ideas and dreams to fruition. So that from this base, you can go off. We're not saying you got to stay here forever.
Because you don't lose anything. You come and buy here, the house is only going to appreciate.
Exactly. And then you can rent it out and use that to go and move into your new land, or you can sell. But again, it's the people and it's the community that's going to help you. That home that you bought on that cheap land that somebody essentially gave you for however, because it's way out in the middle of wherever, you're going to be alone out there, you know, and you're going to hit a whole bunch of challenges because of that.
And that's the thing, another thing you just brought up about you're in a community. This is, you know, when people start talking about, oh, I can build it for cheap. Even if you can go on your own land and build something for cheaper than what we could do, you cannot, you're not going to have amenities. You're not going to have a swimming pool or sauna. You're not going to have a community. You're not going to have trails. You're not going to have all these systems that we're putting in here. So there's no way in which you can compare the cost of your home to the homes that we're building, because we have infrastructure we have to put in, and that stuff is very expensive. You know, there's a cost to that, guys. There's a cost to that. You know, so this is we're talking about a community with amenities in it versus something you by yourself. At the very best, you know, if you can build a nice home in the mountains or whatever, you have to do everything yourself. You have to put the road in yourself. You have to put the gutters in yourself. You have to put, you know, all the power, you know, even if you need to bring power to your house, you have to put all the phone poles and the transformers. You got to buy them.
And once you buy that land and they know it's you, everybody's waiting on you to do it, so that they can come and buy all the land around you and feed off of your road, feed off of your power
that's how they did me.
Feed off of everything. So don't think that they're going to chime in to help you. They're waiting for you to do it.
Listen, guys, my road used to get spoiled, and I would get tired. You know, I think I paid maybe 2 or 3 times to get the road, you know, resurfaces, and, you know, and I was like telling my neighbors we need to do it right so it can last. And so I asked them to give what they can give, and we were going to do the road right. And you know how much we collected? We collected about 300 cities. This was from maybe 9 or 10 people. 300, and I told, you know, the guy who sold it to me was the one who called to get it, and he's like, "Hey, Eric, I got some money. You know, I got 300 cities. Somebody, Momo, Mr. Such and Such." Like, don't worry about it. Just give it back to him. That's all right. That's all right. What can I do with 300 cities, Rob? So so now, you know, I mean, you think about it, guys. If you plan on building, you're gonna eat all the costs yourself. You know, don't think about your neighbors and other people who buy land around you. They're not going to come in to help you.
And you can't rely, you know, you're not going to be able to rely on anybody. There's no warranty. There's no guarantee. Any mistake that any of those individuals make, you're going to have to pay for the correction. And even if they are doing the work, they're going to charge you to fix their own mistake. Labor costs, material costs, everything. And so you end up doing this over and over and over, and you just get frustrated and frustrated.
And they always underquote. They always underquote. And, you know, they get you in, and then they say, "Oh, it's going to be more money." Oh, and what are you going to do?
They hook you. That's essentially,
what are you gonna do?
It's a bait and switch. You know, they're afraid that you're going to get scared of the sticker costs. You know, that used to be one of the, you know, everybody used to say my homes were expensive. It's because I listed all of the expenses and shared them at once. So yes, it's going to look expensive because there are many expenses, but it may not cost that much money. But it's an emotional attachment to where, man, I just gave them an Excel spreadsheet of 10 pages of expenses. You know, whereas the other person gave them 1 page. You know, and so that's the thing. They're afraid of the sticker costs. That you're going to see that sticker cost and say that, no, you're too expensive, and go find somebody else. And they're going to lose the job. So they low bid it. And then once they hook you, they say, "Oh, no, that didn't include your windows. That was just your walls. That didn't include plastering. That was just the blocks. No, the roof you you got to call a roofing company. I'm a mason. That didn't include my roof.
Yeah.
And you just, what?
It goes on and
You
on
know?
like that.
And that person may be a family friend, a friend of a friend. So you don't want to, you know, do them wrong. And so you just end up going on with it and going on with it.
Yeah.
Or you switch and you hear people say, oh, I went through 3 builders until I did it myself.
Yeah.
And
end of the day, you are going to lose.
Yeah.
You know, it's a no-win situation for you guys. I mean, you can come here and get it done, but you're gonna lose because you spent way more than you anticipated. Probably 3 times more.
Yeah.
So you know, So my thing is that if you're gonna come here and do it, then hey, look at what we're doing, because you know we're trying to do the right thing by saying, yeah, this is the true cost. You know, if you want to come in and try and argue with me about pricing and oh, you guys are too expensive, then you come here and try to do it yourself, and then you let me know how that works out for you. Let's talk about a year down the road after you started, and then you tell me what we're doing is too expensive.
Yeah.
But when you come here and you know, but even some people, even before they come, they on the phone with me trying to tell me, bargain me down, and I'm like, you go do what you gonna do, and I'll check you out later, and you let me know, because you don't even know the landscape, but yet you're still trying to bargain and negotiate with me, and you have no idea that at the end of the day, we're selling these houses far beyond the true value, guys. You know, and that's why I say some people know pricing, but they don't know value. You know, you wouldn't know a good deal. You know, person comes to you and say, hey, I got this S-Class Mercedes. You know, I want a 2023 model. You know, and they coming to you, you know, $200,000 car, and they selling it to you at $80,000, and you, that thing ain't worth but $40,000. It ain't. You really don't know the value of it. You know, you comparing it to a Kia Sorento or whatever, one of them cars, but you don't know the value. And that's how a lot of people do with us. They don't know the true value, so they're constantly, oh, y'all house is expensive. Expensive compared to what? You know, a grass hut, you know, something, bamboo hut or something. You know, they're not. They're very, very inexpensive compared to the value that you're getting, guys. And I hope, you know, for those people who understand, those are the people that are buying. So we just want more people like that to come and buy. So any closing remarks you want to make about it, Brandon?
Come on home. We got a wonderful solution being under development right now. And we would love to see you here. So please, again, check us out. # Migrating Culture Crossings, Migrating Culture Crossings website. We've got a plethora of information up because we're trying to share a complete picture and vision of what we're doing here. And we know that if you are informed, then you can make an informed decision. So come on home.
There you go. So guys, you haven't already done so, go ahead, hit our website, www.migratingculturecrossing.com. We got all the pricing out there. Listen, you know, our most expensive home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, and the current price is $152,900. That's the full retail price. Right now, in the half price home promo, that means you can get that house for $76,450. With everything included, you know, in a community with amenities, luxury home by all standards. This is a luxury home. So, this is a true value, guys, if you understand homes.
And get it while it lasts.
Yeah.
Get it while it lasts.
So,
nothing lasts forever.
Nothing lasts forever, guys. So, you know, I encourage you. This is the best hedge against this, you know, declining dollar, going into hyperinflation, money losing value by the day, unpredictability. You know, we're in a community where, you know, we're doing edible landscaping, food, organic food forests, self-sufficient. You know, everything is, you know, for people who really value living, you know, not just having a home, but you value life, you value living, and this is the type of lifestyle that you're looking for. So yeah, check us out. You know, if you haven't already done so, also hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, give me your feedback, and you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Eric McNeal 3. And as always, Ooorahhh Uhuru. Now be free.